Sleep strategies part 3 is what we're talking about. Let me give you an update. A month or so ago, I did sleep strategies part 2, and I talked about a woman that I consulted with, not a patient. I met her out and about, and we got about sleep, talking about sleep. And she said, I'm having a terrible time. It's been a long time with sleep. So after peppering her with questions, we found out that she is drinking coffee all day long, all through the day. She has long work days, demanding physical job, and she just says, I keep it going. So I made the suggestion to her. I said, how about just coffee in the morning and not for the rest of the day? She thought about it. Okay. So I hadn't seen her for about 3 weeks. 3 or 4 weeks. Saw her again. I said, hey, how's the sleep going? She said, amazing. I started off with just coffee in the morning, and within days she started sleeping better. She was so happy. She said, I even took it to the point where I just stopped drinking coffee. Okay, so that's number 1 on our list here when we're talking about sleep strategies. And I just wanted to give you that update. Here's a person, not even my patient. We talked about some stuff. I gave her one recommendation. She did it, and then she got great benefit from that, and she's very happy. You can imagine what that does for her body, her brain. Her quality of work is going to go up. Her ability to handle the physical labor job that she has goes way up as well. So when I say no caffeine after breakfast, we're talking coffee, tea, soda, energy drinks, anything with caffeine. We've talked about that in prior shows. Let's go right down the list, and I've adapted this slightly. Number 2 is no water after dinner. Last show I talked about this woman, 60 years old, was drinking lots of water all day long, was getting up 10 times a night, and after she saw my water rules video, she shut off her water intake at 6 o'clock. By the way, don't do this until you check with your doctor, by the way. No changes unless you check with your doctor. She stopped water intake after 6. Now she only gets up twice a night. Game changer, she said to me, game changer. Number 3, remember that alcohol disrupts REM sleep. Many sleep people talk about this. We think it helps us go to sleep, but it actually affects our good quality, important quality REM sleep. So look at that. Number 4, and this is from Andrew Huberman, you want to get bright sunlight in the morning as soon as you can after waking up. I talked about that. And of course, as the days get shorter, if you're living in a northern climate, then if you can't get outside for sun, make the lights at home as bright as possible in the morning. Then you want to try to get afternoon sunlight if at all possible, even if it's for a few minutes. Remember, don't look at the sun, but just make sure without sunglasses you try to get outside and get some of that natural sunlight in the morning as soon as you can, in the afternoon as late as you can. But with that caveat of no bright lights in the evening in your house. So start to shut lights off as bedtime grows closer. Make things dimmer if you can, and try to detract yourself from the blue light of computers and phones and televisions and so forth as early as you can before going to sleep. Number 5, this is from Matthew Walker's book, Why We Sleep. Set an alarm to go to bed. Set an alarm to go to bed. That's been a game changer for some of my patients. Number 6, dark, quiet bedroom. All of the people that I'm going to talk about in a minute recommend this. I found this very helpful for myself. Really make it as dark as possible. Even the lights of something that might be charging, hopefully these are completely off, whether it be a tablet or a laptop or a phone or whatever. Best they're out of your bedroom. But if they need to be there, or they need to be on airplane mode for whatever, for security purposes, or your job requires that, or you've got children that need to be monitored or whatever, just try to make sure phones are maybe upside down, and if it has to be in your bedroom, right, to keep the lights down and so forth, do the best you can there. Don't eat a big meal and then go to bed, so try to keep any eating as far away from bedtime as possible. The longer you do that, the more the body's going to prepare itself for sleep. Next on the list here is chiropractic care. Now, are there any good scientific studies that says chiropractic care is great for sleep quality? Not that I'm aware of, and it would be great to do that once we get some funding. But I can tell you this. First thing is if somebody has a chronic pain problem, neck, back, migraine, headaches, whatever, arm, legs, and so forth, chiropractic care helps knock that down. Quality of sleep is going to get better. On the other side of things too, remember one of the gifts that chiropractic has for people is quieting down the sympathetic nervous system and allowing the parasympathetic nervous system to rise in activity. So when chiropractic stimulates those great nerve endings in and around the tissues of the spine, the spinal joints, and so forth, and all the tissues around the spine, those nerve endings have several functions, one of which is quiet down the sympathetic nervous system that keeps us awake and increases the tone of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest, right? So that's how chiropractic care, I'm tying that in myself into this whole sleep strategy activity. And the last thing, again, this is Dr. Andrew Huberman. He talks about non-sleep deep rest. So there is NSDR strategies that are out there, including yoga nidra. We talked about that on another show. You can go look for it. You can go to Dr. Andrew Huberman's stuff and take a look at that as well. So this list has been tied in from Andrew Huberman of hubermanlab.com. Great stuff. Great. Definitely, if you're interested in any of this kind of thing, of improving your life and lifestyle, he's got great stuff. Matthew Walker, his book, Why We Sleep, great book. And his website is sleepdiplomat.com, very easy to find. Joe Mercola, you can put it to Google if you want, Dr. Mercola's 33 sleep recommendations. It's not, you can't find it on his website anymore because of a variety of reasons, but other people have tapped into that, so you can find that on there. And me. So I'm the last resource here. So we tied this all together. Those are our sleep strategies and updates. Let us know if any of this kind of stuff works. I'm Dr. Scott Fuller.